Thank you for joining us today. This is our first episode of Behind the Gospel Light, Dignity Gospel Quartet and Friends. It's a glimpse into inspiring moments and stories with our favorite gospel music artists. Today we are with Dignity Gospel Quartet as they are getting ready to debut their new album, Witness. And so we just wanted to talk a little bit today about who Dignity Gospel Quartet is, and then we'll transition over to talking about their new album and how awesome it is going to be. Now, I want to welcome the guys here. There are actually four of them. It is a quartet, not a trio, but Ben couldn't be with us today. But if you'd like to just introduce yourselves really quickly. First, we've got Russell here. Hey, Russell, how are you?
Hey, Marty. I'm Russell Allen. I'm the bass singer. I'm the old guy in the group. They remind me quite frequently.
Well, I've heard a lot of that today. Now, that being said, how long have you been in the group?
Since it started in 2004.
So you are one of the founding members.
That sounds very old, but it's accurate.
Yes, well, no, we don't say that's old. We call it seasoned, well-seasoned.
I like the way you think.
Well-seasoned, like a brisket, okay. And so we go to one of the newest members. We have Matt, who's here with us today. Matt, tell us a little about yourself. What part do you sing?
I'm the tenor, and I've been here with Dignity Gospel for 6 months. I'm a worship pastor at North Shore Church up in Montgomery, Texas.
Very, very good. Now, I heard you had a baptism by fire, not like Pentecostal style, but a baptism by fire on your first concert with Dignity. Why don't you tell us about that?
We were about 7-10 days out, and I got a phone call from a guy named Russell I'd never heard of, asking me to sing. And then he says, "Hey, I'm going to send you some songs," and my email box filled up really quickly.
That happens, doesn't it? And so, how did it go?
I think it went well. Clearly, it went well. If I'm still here singing with these guys, but it was baptism by fire.
Well, very good. Well, I'm glad you made it through.
Yeah.
And down at the end of the table, we have Josh, who holds the distinction of being the second longest member. Second. And how many years have you been with Dignity?
8 years. Been
Okay.
8 years. And
You're going to make 9?
well, I don't know. It's up to that guy in the end.
Okay, very, very good.
Whatever he wants is what I'd try to do. And
Yeah.
Very good. And you just had a role change.
I did.
Why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
Well, I was not cut. And so he decided he was going to get rid of everybody. And then he said, "I know you were lead, but I want you to sing baritone," which is actually right in my sweet spot. That's where I appreciate being. And the man down there is giving me tremendous amount of opportunities, and I'm very thankful to be a part of Dignity Gospel Quartet.
Well, as you can tell, all the guys have an equal say in the group, but Russell, you really have invested your heart and soul into the group. And you're like dad. I mean, you're the boss, you're the CEO, you're dad, and you really take care of them the best I can tell. And so as we're talking about that, how has Dignity Gospel Quartet changed since 2004? Or how's it not changed?
Well, it's obviously anything that's been around that long has changed, Marty, but I don't think certainly our core values haven't changed. We do... I hope because people are enjoying it, we're getting to sing to larger groups now that, when you're doing live performances, the relationship that you build in over the course of about an hour with a group of people is amazing. And when you're doing it by sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, it just makes it the best thing in the world. And it just keeps getting better for us. That's really the change. It just keeps getting better.
Well, you hit on the word, the gospel.
Right.
And every time I talk to you, that word comes up, and not in like a tagline of gospel music, but gospel is in telling the people the good news.
Right.
So we didn't talk about this, but talk about how gospel music changed your life when you were a kid.
Well, gospel music led me to my salvation experience. There's no question about that. I grew up in a church-going family. My dad was a pastor. He did evangelistic work for a good while, so we were at revivals all the time, and gospel music was a part of that. They had quartets, most of them from Stamps Music School, that were coming to sing for the revivals. And really, I found Jesus through the lyrics of a gospel song. I told my dad, you're my preacher, but you didn't lead me to salvation. The quartet did.
Well, and I think we can see that in all the music that you guys do and the way that you approach everything that you do. Well, That's very cool. Now, Russell, now one of the things that we didn't talk about that makes Dignity Gospel very unique is that you guys have both the quartet, but also have another side of the ministry. And what side of the ministry is that?
Well, we have DGQ Ministries is our actual organization. Dignity Gospel Quartet is a ministry tool of DGQ Ministries. And basically, we're a nonprofit, tax-exempt Christian organization. And by charter, our mission is to evangelize a very ugly world today. And we take that very seriously. We also support other Christian ministries. And we have the Greater Houston Gospel Song Fest, a series of 6 concerts each year where we bring in the well-known groups in Southern gospel music. You would recognize the names of everyone that we bring in. And that lets us, actually reach out to a larger group of people. And if those people are doing the thing that we're called to do, being witnesses, do that times what it is if they did twice a week. How many people can we reach through these things?
And what's really great is that each one of those groups you guys bring in, they're not just top-notch on the charts, great songs. They're all great men and women. You guys don't bring in people who are just there for the show.
Well, we like to say that we handpick the people that we invite. And we do. I'm not going to say that we have a set of printed standards. We don't. But we get to know the groups that come in very well. We spend time with them, and they almost become like family. And we feel like we're very well aligned with them. So it's a good marriage.
Oh, that's very cool. Now, Josh, let's talk a little bit about how your past, that sounds shady, but I don't mean it like that. Like,
It is shady.
well, I mean, I know you were a Marine and all of that, but talk about your past, the history of your life, because you started singing young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, my mom had a group called Grace Notes back in the 70s that went up to Nashville, won the contest there for trios and a women's trio. And that was back in the 70s. Then the gospel singing Western airs traveled all through the 80s. And then my father set up a new thing called Joint Airs. And me and my sister and my dad traveled. We traveled all over the country singing. And we were very blessed to have that. Then I started having a bunch of kids. Traveling wasn't in the equation. So basically 15 years later, when my youngest started to drive, it was just like right then, perfectly timed. Russell gives me a call, and I was able to get in this group, and I've just been so blessed to have the opportunity that I'm just so thankful.
That's great. Now, Matt, being one of the newer members, as a lifelong singer and most recently a worship pastor, how is gospel music, especially being a part of Dignity Gospel, this is kind of your first foray into gospel music. How's that different than what you've done in the past?
Well, I don't know that it's really all that much different. I mean, other than singing on stage with 4 guys who I would really call my brothers, the biggest thing that's the same is that we're still trying to portray a message that we love Jesus and Jesus loves us. And no matter if I'm leading worship on a Sunday morning or singing with these guys on a Friday or Saturday night, that's our whole story. So nothing's really changed. It's just being able to do it with a group of guys who love Jesus. And like you said, I mean, Russell holds us in line pretty well. So,
a group of guys love Jesus and got some tight harmonies.
Yeah.
That's always good, right? Now, for any of you, what's the most exciting part of being in Dignity Gospel Quartet? Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, I enjoy the rehearsals. We can get there. We learn this music. We work on the harmonies and just a band of brothers is what we are. And we really work hard on that. And it's a fun time. There's no pressure with the audience there. We were able to do that. And then when the concerts come around, that's almost more pressure for us, or for me anyway. And I enjoy the time we spend, because we spend a lot more hours together rehearsing than we do, the 45 minutes that we do when we sing a song.
Right. Any of you other guys, something that's just exciting, you go, when you lay your head down at night and you go, man, I love Dignity. This is why.
really, I like the fact that we really don't take each other, we don't take it too serious, other than what the message that we're trying to convey. I mean, we have a lot of fun with each other, off the stage, a lot of fun on the stage. And I also know this is that we're there for each other.
Yeah.
And whether it's a text message or a phone call, I mean, you know, a lot of our messaging during the week when we're trying to prepare for something isn't always about songs. Maybe it's about what we're going through. So I really know, I'm glad to know that there's 3 guys I can call upon.
That's great. Because a lot of men don't have that anyway, you know, because our society likes to isolate men.
Yeah.
And that's when we see a lot of folks that have great ministries even end up making mistakes because they don't have men around them, keep them accountable, to laugh with. You know, you say you guys don't take things too seriously. I would say this about you guys. You take your music really seriously. You don't take yourselves too seriously. And I appreciate that a lot. We've had a lot of fun this afternoon as we've recorded this. Now, Russell, you're sitting there quiet. And if anybody knows you, they know that you got something on your heart. What is the most exciting part of Dignity for you? I know it's probably changed over the years a little bit, maybe the different parts, but for you, what's that thing that gets you up out of bed to do? Because you do a lot of work behind the scenes for Dignity, a lot of work.
Well, there's a lot to keeping a quartet going where they're trying to go and doing the things that we're called to do. But, you know, the really exciting part to me are individual incidents that occur from time to time. We were at an event that we were singing, and between our group and another group, we were standing at our product table, and a lady came up and said, "Can we talk?" Well, sure. She said, "Can we step over here?" And we stepped out of sight to the rest of the people, and she told me a very heartbreaking story about her life. And it was the fact that she said, I don't know whether I'm saved or not. When we have those opportunities, they're tender moments, they're very personal moments, but when you know that you believe every word in the Bible, and it says very clearly, and I'm going to our witness thing here. When we receive the Holy Spirit, we are empowered, and we're empowered for a purpose. It's not a spectator sport. And those moments when we get to witness and help people lead them to Christ, that's the most exciting thing that can happen in anyone's life.
What a wonderful, wonderful word. Now, speaking of that, the witness, let's transition right on over to your new album. Right here. Everybody can see it for us. It's called Witness.
Right.
And I think that's probably leading off that third cut of Witness Today, which is a great cut. I mean, top-notch cut.
Great song.
Really, really is. Now, how do you think, Russell, this project is different than the other projects that you've done up to this point?
It's different in the fact that most times we would not put this set of 10 songs together on one project. We worked on it for well over a year and a half, picking the songs, because we wanted something that would span the world today, that would be something that could speak to every group out there with every need. And we wanted to particularly target the people that, for whatever reason in their life, they've kind of put a wall up between them and salvation. And we wanted to find a way to make this ugly world real pretty by getting those people to the Lord.
Well, it is a great album. It has a lot of different, I would say it's almost like a really good pitcher. You know, they've got a fastball, a curveball, off speed, sinker, slider. And there's all sorts of things going on there. But I think one of the reasons that it might be a little different is that you guys have changed to a different producer for this album. Do you want to tell everybody who that is? And because they'll be excited. I mean, if they know Southern Gospel.
We're proud. It's not only a producer, but a good friend, Phil Cross. Anyone in gospel music has been using and following Phil Cross's music for years. And we had an opportunity to record some of his songs and to be produced by Phil. And he understood what we were trying to do with this project. We chose Phil not because we were unhappy with our producer we had before. We love him too. But we wanted something very unique in this project. And like I said, it almost sounds like just a conglomeration of songs. But when you understand what the mission was and you listen to it and say, who would this song speak to? That's really what we were trying to achieve. And I think we did it.
Great word on that. Now, Matt, what is your most memorable moment from the process of creating this album?
I mean, obviously getting to work with Phil Cross in the recording studio, that was really memorable. But it would be the song Hold the God's Unchanging Hand. It was actually Ben, our lead, who had the idea of me singing the second verse, and the stuff that Phil comes up with when you're kind of shooting off the cuff a little bit in the recording studio is pretty incredible. And I love that song, but I mean, that would be the highlight for me, was just being able to be in there with him, because he's very meticulous about a lot of different things, and yet he knows what he wants, and he gets it across. And I mean, the harmonies that he and Donnie came up with for us to sing are pretty incredible.
Oh, awesome. Now, Josh, you've been with the quartet now several years. We've already, a long time.
Yes.
All right. No, just kidding. But how do you think this project will impact the audiences? I struggle a little bit when you say fans,
Right.
or like, because that feels a little bit dirty, but I mean, like, because we're in the God music business, and really we're trying to make fans of God,
Right.
and followers of God, and then encourage them, right? But those people that know and love Dignity Gospel, how do you think this project will impact them?
Well, so many of the songs that we have here are so heartfelt. Russell and Phil Cross just did an incredible job. There's one particular song, which is basically the title track, "Witness Today," was written by our friend, and previously he was the tenor for us for a little while, for a season, and he wrote that. And Phil Cross really liked the song, and he wanted to get it on the album, and we were all very thrilled because we love the song itself, and we've performed it. But when we got into the studio, Phil was wondering if asked Russell to contact Frank Siemens as to whether or not he could co-write so that he could change some stuff. And Russell calls Frank, and he said, "Do you mind if you co-write this song with Phil Cross?" And there's this pause, and then it's like Frank said, "Are you kidding me? Co-write with Phil Cross?" Yes. And it was just from that point on, we loved the version that was created for us to sing before. But when we got to record it, and Phil's special touch to it really has made it an incredible song, and we've just been chomping at the bit to get it out there. And I'm pretty sure this is going to hit the set on June 24th, right? We're going to be okay, and then we'll be able to do it full, because we went to your church. We sang it at Matt's church earlier, and we were actually wanting to sing it the other way, but we didn't have the appropriate track to do it, so we sang it the other way. But we're looking forward to being able to fully minister with this song.
There's a spot in the song, I think, that's so important, that it is calling about. It's the whole song is about Acts 1 and 8, and there's a point in the song when it says, "Will you join me?
Yeah.
Oh,
And be a witness?
Yeah.
Will you stand with me and be a witness?" And I can tell you that I think all four of us, when we're singing that from the stage, we just feel like we're being pulled right into that. It's a great song.
I've listened to it, and it's one of my two favorites. I like that, and then was it "Living Water"? Matt,
That's a great song.
you just killed it on that. Killed it in a good way.
Yeah.
But it was a great moment. Now, something that I got to see a little glimpse of Phil's last moments with you guys. He was kind of wrapping up the week,
Right.
because he spent some time also coaching. Which is, that's pretty cool, because you get somebody with his experience and understanding. What was unique about his approach? I felt like it was more holistic than just producing for you. Like, here's a bunch of songs. Good luck.
Well, he's a lot gentler coaching than he is producing.
Yeah.
Phil is a very unique individual, and I mean, I could sit and talk to him forever. But as Matt said, he knows exactly what he wants in the studio, and he will get it out of you. And and if you don't, if you can't get it, he'll say, "Forget it. We'll do something different."
Yeah.
But when we had finished the vocals and we had some time left, so we just met Phil here at the church where we do most of our concerts, the Songfest concerts. And he just wanted to talk to us about how he felt that we should deliver these songs. And it was good stuff. It was very sage advice. And it really just kind of cemented everything that we had approached the project with. I feel like it was a time that we got together, and I think to the person, we felt like we were able to accomplish what we felt the Lord wanted us to accomplish with this project.
Yeah. So often we unknowingly take a song, we do the song, and then we walk away. And we don't think about all the little things in between, just how you hold the mic, how after the end of the song, staying present and not just walk away. He really has. He sat there and said, you're singing to somebody that wants to be part of the song, and we can invite them in the song, and we can keep them in the song even after it's done. But we can also do the opposite, which is something that was so profound to me, a lot of the things that he was saying, how we can shut them off. The congregation, you just all of a sudden, okay, we're done. And then, the congregation, well, what do we do now?
Well, and they're probably less likely to connect the next time.
Yeah, it's true.
If they know. But one thing that I noticed when he was talking to you guys was trying to help you be you.
Yeah.
Right.
Be your unique version of you that nobody else can be.
Well, he had some very good advice just for life as well. But his thing is, if you don't believe it, don't dare sing it.
Mm.
And that I'm not going to say that was new to us. We pray before everything we sing that we deliver this to the good of the Lord and to His honor. But when someone that you have a lot of confidence in, like Bill Cross, says, "Don't sing it if you don't believe it," line for line.
Mm.
If there's one line in the song you don't believe, don't sing the song.
Wow, that's profound. Because I'm sure if we were to get the truthometer out and start checking people who are got number one hits on the radio, we might get the ding on that. So great word on that. Now let's pivot just a little bit. You mentioned earlier June 24th in the set. Mm-hmm. It's the next Gospel Music Song Fest here, and it sounds like that's when you guys are going to drop the album.
Yeah, that's the date.
That's the date. And why don't you talk to people a little bit about why you want it to happen and you want them to come and hear it? And then kind of your thought behind dropping it on the 24th. Why don't you let everybody hear kind of, your feelings behind that?
Well, we feel it's a very special project. And we're able to do these projects because of the support of a lot of people and because the inspiration that God gives us. But these people we have a lot of people that come to all the Songfest. They're very dear to us. They inspire us in our efforts of our ministry. And who would we better want to hear it? But the truth of it is that in every group like that, there are different people there for different reasons. Some came in looking for something. Some came in looking for companionship. Some came in because they were just lonely. Others just had a burden on their heart. And we feel like because of the diversity of the songs on this project, we can reach a lot of people with the very songs that we've done. So it's very special for us to do this. We'll also get to do it on a night that we're having two other great featured artists with us, Tribute Quartet and the Inspirations. So it's a great night. It's a good time. The timing was right that we had the concert coming up. So why not put the release date the day of the concert?
I think that's going to be great. Now, the album is called Witness. Some great graphics on there. It's available both on the old school optical CD. We call that old school now. Yeah. or the USB drive, right? That's where everybody's car is going. And we can. Oh, do you have one?
I do. I got mine today because I hadn't heard the album until today. So yeah, between the
You okay over there?
yeah, I'm okay. I'm trying to find it.
What do you
Yeah,
got
it's
in
right
there,
here.
man?
So we got this, and they talk about how wonderful it is. How long have you had it?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, and I just got it today. He's been here for 6 months,
Right.
And I've been here for 8 years.
Well-
That shows you the pecking order where I'm at.
Or you could have just
There it
texted
is.
back.
Okay, yes. So there's the USB drive.
Yeah.
And so just however your car, your life works, they provide that. They were actually surprised how quickly that drops onto the computer. I mean, it's right there.
Well, Marty, if you would allow me one kind of personal note for a minute, you were talking about the graphics on the CD, and my oldest son has done the graphics for our projects since we started in 2004. Not only for our quartet projects, but for many Memorial Day events we did and everything else. And we lost my son 2 weekends ago. Very unexpected and quick. And the love we felt from the people that attend these concerts and these guys, and the grace of God kept us afloat. This will always be a very special project to me because this is the last one that he'll design for us. But I know where he is. And so we'll premiere it for him the same night.
One of the things I love about gospel music, always pointing to heaven, always pointing to the good news, even when life is at its toughest. The word gospel means, evangelion, the light, the eternal light. And so I love it. One, that you can be real, because life is tough. And people listening and watching this, they've been through the ringer. You guys have had a rough year, and your family as well. And just to know that the gospel doesn't just save us, but it sustains us.
It's the light we cling to.
Oh, amen. Amen. Well, I don't know if I can say anything else that's any better than that. It is the light that we cling to. Thank you for joining us. Over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see a couple more episodes of this where we sit down with the guys and talk about a little bit deeper view into some of the cuts and the songs on this album and what it meant and how they came about, just so you can get a glimpse behind the light, a glimpse behind the gospel on this album. So thank you for joining us. Look forward to joining us on the next episode of this series. God bless you, and make sure you pick up Witness June 24th at the Greater Houston Gospel Song Fest.